Why I am suddenly afraid of things I used to do. I know how to do this. I've seen it done cleanly dozens of times by people my age, older, heavier, and still, I can't make myself do it. I'm standing on the tatami, looking at something that is objectively simple, a forward roll, not a throw, just a control movement over the shoulder, the kind of thing you don't even think about as a child. And that's what makes this strange. This isn't something new. This is something I remember doing before. And when I try now, my body stops me. No hesitation, no doubt, just full stop. So I shift my weight forward and something pulls me back. No negotiation or compromise, just no. My chest tightens, my neck stiffens, my hands hover before they touch the mat. I can feel the resistance physically, as if the movement itself is being blocked. It feels like a warning, and nothing is actually happening. No one is pushing me, no one is forcing me my movement, the environment is controlled and safe. People next to me are rolling without hesitation, which makes it worse, by the way, because the question changes. It's no longer, can I do this? It becomes, why can I do something I used to do without thinking? And in that moment, something becomes very clear. I'm not in control in the way I thought I was. You expect fear when something is dangerous. You don't expect it when something is familiar. And this is where it starts to matter, because what happens next is predictable. You don't just stop, you explain. You tell yourself you need more time, more preparation, better technique. It sounds very reasonable in your head. It isn't neutral. And this is where most people quietly adjust their standards. Not because they decide to, but because their body decided first for them. And they just follow. So the question becomes sharper. Not why am I afraid, but why does my body react as if something is dangerous when it isn't in reality? And here is a bit of a brain theory. Our brain doesn't wait for real danger, it predicts. It turns fast simulation based on past experiences, perceived risks, and how uncertain the movement feels right now. And if that prediction crosses the threshold, it doesn't ask, it just intervenes. This response is older than you think, not primitive in a useless way, efficient. Its job is simple: prevent damage. And this is where the shift happens. A movement you haven't done in years is no longer familiar to your body, even if it feels familiar in your head. A forward roll contains your head moving towards the ground, your spine rounding in a way that now feels unusual, your body rotating without stable visual reference. As a child, that was normal, even fun. Now it's uncertain. And to your nervous system, uncertainty and risk are close enough to trigger the same response. So it reacts. Not because you become weaker, because the system is doing exactly what it was designed to do. The problem is, it doesn't know what you want to become. It doesn't know about your new identity. That's the position I found myself in on that day on the tatami. Not unable to understand the movement, unable to execute it, which is a different problem altogether. And the more important one, by the way. Because if this response is not weakness, then the question changes again. When is the system protecting me, and when is it holding me back from something I actually want to become? And this is not just about the forward roll. This shows up anywhere you catch yourself thinking, well, I used to be able to do this. Physical, emotional, professional, the pattern is the same. Familiar action, unexpected resistance, quiet retreat, rational explanation. Before you move past this, do something precise. Don't generalize. Identify one moment where this happened to you recently. Not a category, a specific situation where your body or your behavior stopped you before you actually decided to stop. Write that moment down. That's where the pattern becomes visible. This is episode 1. In episode 2, I come back with a full understanding of the movement, and my body still refuses. That's where most people stop, and that's where they actually begins.